Now the trick is to follow the sounds of the tactical insertions. Dealt with like a boss. The following video is sponsored by Boosters Cigarettes. Boosters, for real genuine fags. Now before I get too far into this commentary, I'm going to point something out which you'll notice. I have a complete and utter epic fail at the beginning of this free-for-all game. What happens is as you'll notice, I'm looking around, I'm watching the loadout screen, and these were the two guys who I eventually ended up ATSing in that room, because one thing I've learned as I've gone on through Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in particular, whilst playing free-for-all, is you kind of get to know the booster spots. So once you've got your Turtle Beaches on and you hear those tac inserts going, you just follow the sound. It's like a vapor trail of sound. You follow it and eventually you'll find it. But I completely screwed up here, because these guys were nuke boosting. So the idea and the theory behind it is to wait, give it a bit of time, wait until they get to 5 kills and then bang, throw a C4 sandwich in there, and that'll ruin their day. So even if they are smart and they keep switching areas and they do get the win, they won't get the nuke, and that is their primary objective. But I bugger it up because somebody else ends up coming in, and yeah, it makes me look a bit stupid and mugs me off as if I'm part of the deal, but there you go. Now, what I really wanted to talk about was regarding my video a couple of videos ago, was me talking about why I think Black Ops 2 has essentially ruined YouTube. And when I looked in the comment section, I kind of knew the feel of comments that was going to be coming at me, and it was. And I wish to God I'd have said it in the last video and said, look, I'm going to do a video on this subject, but this is me talking about this subject. Part 2 will follow. But a lot of you kind of jumped in and said, no, I think your ethic is kind of flawed because in my opinion, YouTube has destroyed Call of Duty. Now guys, I cannot agree with you more. I really can't. I am 110% behind that theory. During this video, I'm going to give a couple of opinions and a few views of mine as to why I believe that YouTube really does destroy this genre. Now let's take the boosters. Let's start with the boosters. Start off at the core. Now I'm going to fess up to something. Once upon a time when I started playing Modern Warfare 2, and I've said this in the past but I'll say it again, I had a message from a guy and he said, do you want a boost? And I said, I don't know what that is. And he said, I'll show you. And he sent me a link to a video which I watched, and it was how to boost in Modern Warfare 2. Now, I don't know how many of you remember this, but there used to be a 1v1 cage match thing in Modern Warfare 2, and there was a thing on YouTube, it was a video, and it told you how that two of you would be in a party, one would enter a game, and then he would back out of a game, and something like he would go into another game, you'd follow him in a party, and bang, you'd be in this 1v1 cage match, and it was all online, and it was all XP, fruitful, and all the rest of it. And we ended up doing that, and it was quite exciting. Bearing in mind, I didn't have a lot of experience with online gameplay, and it sounds really stupid, but I didn't really know the rights and wrongs and all the kind of things that were frowned upon. So I kind of went into this gameplay with him, and he was like, right, what do you want full camo for? I don't know why, but I wanted it for my Barrett 50 caliber. So he said, okay, cool, put it on and just shoot me in the head. So we were doing tactical insertion boosting. I'm not ashamed to admit it, I didn't know much about it. And we'd done that for 2 games, and then he backed out and I backed out. Never seen him again. It was a really quick flit, not a relationship made in heaven. Then they obviously ended up getting rid of the 1v1 cage match, and then boosters started to find their way into free-for-alls. And again, I've said in the past, I watched the Sandy Ravage Booster Justice video and suddenly realised actually what I did was pretty damn cheap. I then made it my own personal, I guess you could call it mission, to go out and find these guys, hence the reason why I know where most of the booster spots are. But the point I'm trying to get across is, had this video not have been out there on YouTube to tell people this is what you need to do to boost, how many people do you think would actually know about boosting? You think how many boosters you get on Modern Warfare 2, you think how many people you get boosting on Black Ops 2. All of that information has come from the internet, has come from YouTube. If you don't believe me, let's put it like this. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, one guy sits there, he drops a tactical insertion, he tells his mate to go and meet him, and they start giving each other headshots. He then goes to school and he tells a couple of his friends, who tell a couple more friends, and then all of a sudden it turns into Chinese whispers. It's not going to reach that much of a mass audience. Let's be realistic. When Modern Warfare 2 was in its prime, you'd probably get a good few 100,000 people playing online at that moment. Out of all of those people, was a massive, massive bunch of people who wanted a boost. They would have got that information from YouTube. Had they not have got that information from YouTube, that amount would probably have been maybe an eighth, maybe less than an eighth of that size, because YouTube essentially is the food for everything that is cheap. That's my opinion. Everything you play in a game that comes across as being something a little bit scratchy that gets on your nerves has all come from YouTube, from one guy making a video. I remember seeing a White Boy 7th Street video, and it was on Wasteland, and it was using the one-man army class, noob tubing across the map and getting a really quick nuke. Now, everybody does it. In a game of domination, this is what I've learned from it. These are the little snippets of things that I've picked up along the way. If I spawn anywhere near the A flag, and I'm in particular on ground war, I will not go for the A flag. I will run past it and give it a wide berth. And I can guarantee you 100%, all you will hear is the fucking sounds of explosions, and you will hear that bump, multi-kill, triple kill, double kill. That's somebody along the way to getting their nuke. All this because one person made a video, some other people watched that video and made their own videos on it, and then other people watched those videos which didn't go as viral but went semi-viral, and then they made videos, and so on and so forth. It's like the pyramid effect, you know? If you imagine the video I watched was the White Boy 7th Street video, that is at the top of the pyramid, and it just goes down and down and down and down, and eventually it just spreads out to such a mass nucleus that so many people see it, so many people know about it. You could use the same examples with glitching. You could use the same examples with hacking. The lists are endless. Oh, and by the way, while we're on the subject of hackers, guys, there's something I need to tell you, but we've got to kind of keep it on the down low. You see, I was going to do a video about this and title it Hacker, you know, my hacking series, but I didn't want it to get the wrong attention. Now, you may remember this guy.
Listen, I'm not going to get banned because you're like the 15th person to try and ban me. Good luck. Yeah, really. Good, yeah. Well, good luck. And what's funny is most of the time, what happens is they change my name. There's like a 6 times I change my name, so by the time it actually gets to there, I'll have my name changed anyway. It'll be like Negro Player 156 or something like that, you know?
Yeah, you remember him. That was that racist hacker on COD 4, the guy who had a massive opinion about himself and said, nobody can touch me. Nobody will ever touch me. So many people have threatened to report me and nothing's come of it. Do your worst. Well, I done that video, and guys, I'm really proud to say that the Apocalypse Army might be small, but we're strong in stature. You guys got right behind it, you filed your complaints in your numbers, and guess what? We got him banned. And I can tell you that categorically because he sent me a friend request before I did that video. I blocked him, but then he sent me this message under the name of Black People Slayer. Now, I know it's not got the A and all the rest of it, but it's Black People Slayer. Let's be realistic. Guess who got a free name change? Haha, XD, the little laughing face. Alongside to accompany that was a friend request. But the strange thing about this is I blocked him, so it wasn't a free name change. But that's cool, I just kind of rubbed it off and I thought, whatever, let him have his fun. This is his little moment of fame, he's obviously enjoyed it, he thinks he's actually taunting me. This really doesn't bother me. But the plot thickens, because then I get this message. Oh, saw your Twitter pic. You look like a fucking faggot. Haha, your voice sounds like an attractive, well-educated man. Too bad you look so funny. Or you could be a politician. Lol. Quit binge drinking and playing Xbox. It's called priorities. Take care of your children and put down the booze and controller. Quite strong and thoughtful words, but when you actually take into consideration that this is my Twitter pic, this must be me on a bad day. Now, I know I get a lot of hangovers, and he's right, I do like a drink, I won't deny that. But I don't think it's ever got so bad to the point where I felt the need to put a gas mask on. But again, guys, that's not it. The plot thickens. Because then, I got this message. This is from a guy called Nigger Slayer. But his name is spelled N-X-I-G-G-X-E-R-X Slayer. Genius. Absolute genius. I can see what he's done there, and I can see where the thought process took place. And the text states, check out my new name now. Haha. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those gamer tags in the description, as before. And guys, again, feel free. If this kind of shit bothers you, that a man runs around with his bio saying white power worldwide, You know what to do. He can send me all the fucking messages he wants. I don't care. At the end of the day, what he's got to take into consideration is even if he doesn't use these accounts, he's got to get to the hassle of setting up an email account. He's then got to set up an Xbox Live account. Okay, he might get 24 hours free. He's still then got to sit in his mother's basement and decide upon a name. Another ingenious name that connects himself with black and racism and KKK. And then he'll send me another message and I can guarantee you it's not going to end there. But that's fine. I'll do another video on it. Not because it takes too much time out of my day, but because I enjoy making videos and this is all fun to me. I would imagine it's a little bit more fun than sitting there and going through the hard detail that he has to go through every day to make these new accounts. If he's getting his friends to get involved and they're sending me messages, well, fuck them up the ass as well. Let's all file the complaints over and show these worthless pieces of shit that they ain't gonna win. But on a final note, something a bit more light-hearted, you know, like the end of a newsreel when you've just seen loads of war, death, murders and rapes, and then they finish off with, and anyway, that's the end of the news, but one final note is this cat on a skateboard, something a little bit fluffy to make you go, the world isn't so bad after all. Not everybody's trying to give you the cheap tactics. Some people actually want to reach out to people, some people help people, and some people genuinely just want to share their thoughts for the day. Me? I'd just like to talk to you guys. Because I've got no friends in real life. Seriously, none. Yeah. Anyway, see you later guys. Apocalypse done.